Question 2, for the next 3 questions, be sure to draw out the figure yourself on scratch paper. It will help you get the correct answers. So the equation for the demand curve is D equals 100 minus P. And the intercept on the price axis is 100. Quantity price. So the demand curve starts at 100. Slope is going to be -1. So that means at a price of 100, the demand will be 0. And at a price of 0, the quantity demanded will be 100. So that means the intercept on the price axis is 100, and the intercept on the quantity axis is also 100, and so the slope of the demand curve is -1. The equation for the supply curve is S equals 9P. So that's going to start at the origin and slope it like that, I think. Means that the supply curve begins at the origin and increases with the slope of 9. For example, if the price is $1, the quantity supplied is 9. If the price is $20, the quantity supplied is 180. Draw these curves, you will notice that the intersection of supply and demand, so I should label this supply, demand. So the intersection of supply and demand occurs at a price of 10. And a quantity of 90. So equilibrium point right there. If you draw these curves, you will notice that the intersection of supply and demand occurs at a price of $10 and a quantity of 90. That is a market equilibrium. We will call it the autarkic equilibrium in this market. This question, what is the consumer surplus? There's no need to put a dollar sign in your answer, just write the number. So if we remember, total surplus is going to be defined by this area here. And our consumer surplus is going to be everything that is above the price line. So our consumer surplus is going to be everything in here. So we can calculate that. We can see here that this is a triangle, and the formula for a triangle is base times height over 2. So our base is going to be from the origin over to the equilibrium here. So our base is going to be 90. And we will multiply that by the rest of the triangle. So our height is going to be from this point 100 to this point 10. So 100 minus 10 is also going to be 90. And because it's a triangle, we have to divide it by 2. So our consumer surplus is going to be 8,100 over 2. And our consumer surplus is then going to equal $4,050, assuming my math is correct. So you need to put a dollar sign in your answer, just write the number. So our junior tutor said the equation for the demand curve is D equals 100 minus P. That's correct. The equation for the supply curve is S equals 9P. Supply and demand are intersected at a price of $10 and a quantity of 90, and that's the market equilibrium. Correct. Consumer surplus is the region, triangle, in the usual linear demand curve, defined between the price line and the demand curve. So what they're trying to say is this area I've highlighted blue here on the y-axis between 100 and 10, on the x-axis between 0 and 90, and then of course along the demand curve. And they get the same value for consumer surplus that I do. So I will let you guys take a quick picture of that, and I will say,